If you're a fan of my content and you want even more, head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainElium, link in the description, for live streams 5 days a week. Come and join our amazing community. Hey everybody, AceTrainElium here, and welcome to another episode of MetroMania. For those who aren't aware, MetroMania is an ongoing 16 Pokémon Metronome only double battle tournament to determine the MetroMania Champion, and this season is all about unevolved starter Pokémon. If you're already a fan of MetroMania and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button, show you're enjoying this series, and of course hit subscribe so you never miss a piece of the action. We are finally into the semi-finals. We are 3 battles away from finding out who is the Season 4 MetroMania Champion. This season has arguably been one of the best seasons we've done so far. It's been super unpredictable. There's been no idea of which way battles are going to go. It's just been so much fun to make and so much fun to watch unfold. So the semi-finals begin today, but before we get into the battles, it's time to have a look at the all-important brackets. Last week we said so long Mudkip and hello Chespin as Chespin moved on, destroying Mudkip on its way to face Torchic in the second of our semi-finals, which we will get to next week. Mudkip just didn't have enough in the tank to take Chespin down, and Chespin snuck away with the victory. Of course, before we get to the final, we have our 2 semi-finals in place. We now know one of these 4 Pokemon, Cyndaquil, Piplup, Torchic, or Chespin, is going to be our Metromania champion. But first, let's get the semis underway as Cyndaquil looks to take down Piplup, who's going to be victorious in semi-final 1 and secure the first place in the final. Here we go, Cyndaquil versus Piplup, Metromania Season 4, semi-final 1. Who is going on to take the first slot in our grand final coming up in just a couple of weeks? Will it be Cyndaquil? Will it be Piplup? Here we go, we're gonna find out. Regular Cyndaquil starting things off, going for that attract on the shiny Piplup. Great play right there. If you can immobilize Piplup with that, I believe it's a 50% chance each turn that Piplup will be immobilized by Love. Great move. Poison Powder coming out from the shiny Cyndaquil onto the shiny Piplup. So shiny Piplup not only will be unable to move a lot of turns, but is now going to be poisoned, so it's just a sitting duck or sitting penguin right now, whilst the Cyndaquil team deals with the other Piplup, who is going to go for Topsy-Turvy, and it is going to fail. This is difficult for the Piplup team now, as one of them is basically useless at this point, 50% of the time. I believe it's 50%. Correct me in the comments if not. You know what I mean? Here we see an Imprison coming out from the regular Cyndaquil, which is going to stop the Piplup team from being able to use the Metronome, which is going to be terrible. Here's a Psychic attack from shiny Cyndaquil onto regular Piplup. This is not looking good. Shiny Piplup can't use its sealed move, so it wasn't even immobilized by Love that time. Just taking that poison damage, just can't use. Neither is Piplup can use Metronome right now, which means they're going to probably struggle themselves to death. Sing coming out from the shiny Cyndaquil onto regular Piplup. This is not looking good for Piplup at all now. So much immobility, and even if that Piplup was awake, it wouldn't be able to use Metronome. What a great strategy here. And Whirlpool is going to do constant damage to shiny Piplup at the end of each turn, as well as the poison damage. So shiny Piplup is in a terrible position right now. It's immobilized by Love. It can't even struggle at this point. It's just stranded, and of course regular Piplup is fast asleep. There we see the poison damage, and we're about to see, there it is, the Whirlpool damage as well, bringing shiny Piplup down to less than half its max HP. Cyndaquil is very much in the driver's seat right now. This team came in with a plan, and they are utilizing it to the max. Here's a Hydro Cannon. Again, not very effective because it's a water-type move. Still did a decent amount of damage, though, but it does mean that shiny Cyndaquil will have to recharge on the next turn. Regular Cyndaquil is going to jump in with Pound, going for one of the weaker attacks because it just doesn't need to bother at this point. There we see the struggle from the regular Piplup there, doing a tiny bit of damage, but 25% recoil damage. Imprison is such a rude move to use, just such an absolute destroyer, as we see shiny Piplup still immobilized by Love from that attract from turn 1. There's the poison damage, there's the Whirlpool damage, and down it goes. We're down to 1 Piplup versus 2 Cyndaquil. It's not looking good for the Piplup team. They may need to regroup and come back in the next round and try and do something. Soft boil from Cyndaquil and the recharge as well. Of course, Cyndaquil's HP was full, so it didn't need to use soft boil. There's the struggle. Bringing itself with that recoil damage down into the red is regular Piplup. As regular Cyndaquil isn't going to deal the death blow. It's going to go for aromatherapy, which is going to fail. It's almost like the Cyndaquil team isn't even bothering to attack because they know that this Piplup is going to knock itself out in the first round. Sheer Cold is going to be avoided by Piplup, who can only struggle, and this is going to be a KO on itself with that recoil damage. So it's back to the drawing board. Piplup needs to figure something out if it wants to stay in this competition. That was just absolutely brutal. Everybody's back on the field. Cyndaquil really knew what it was doing that round. Can Piplup draw some kind of a comeback? Oh, they need to do something. They really do. Here comes regular Cyndaquil starting off proceedings once again. What's it going to do? Going to go for Dragon Pulse. Going to start off strong onto that regular Piplup. Just dealing out offensive damage from the get-go. Going for a more direct attacking approach here. Here's Shiny Cyndaquil, who is going to go for Drill Peck. Again, straight on the offense onto the Shiny Piplup. Not a great deal of damage, but damage nonetheless. Here comes regular Piplup. What's it got in store? Hydro Cannon, though. That's going to be super effective and stab, and is one of the most powerful water-type moves there is. Down goes Shiny Cyndaquil in a single hit. Well, that is the strategy that Piplup needed. They're fresh out of the gate, going straight on the offensive right there. Bubble Beam from Shiny Piplup onto the remaining Cyndaquil. Massive damage, bringing it down close to the red. It's still in the yellow, but taking more than, I'd say, pretty much 3/4 of Cyndaquil's HP. This is what Piplup needed to do. Here's Magnitude, though. Magnitude 5 coming out from Cyndaquil. I don't know how much damage that's going to do. Not a great deal to either of the Piplup there. The Piplup have completely turned this round. One of the Piplup needs to recharge, but the Shiny Piplup is going to go back to the well and go for a Whirlpool. Again, a water-type move. They're just bringing out all the stab moves. Whirlpool knocks out Cyndaquil, and this second round is over. It's now one apiece. And here we go. This is what the semi-finals are all about. Cyndaquil's back out, but might be a little bit shaken right there because Piplup just went straight in with all stab moves. That was incredible. I don't think I've seen a MetroMania where we've had so many stab moves that are super effective all in one go. Cyndaquil with a risky play here, going for the Rain Dance, increasing the power of water-type moves. I don't know if that's your smartest play as a fire-type against a water-type opponent. You're basically giving them the keys to the kingdom right there. Shiny Cyndaquil is going to go for Roost and waste its first turn. This is a very shaken Cyndaquil team right now. They're not quite sure where they are. Lunar Dance is going to fail from Shiny Piplup, and regular Piplup is going to pick up where its partner left off. Go for Moonlight. Everybody who's failing this turn, apart from that successful Rain Dance. What a strange first turn for round 3. Everybody just tiptoeing around, gauging each other. Here's Acrobatics with no items, so that's going to be double powered Acrobatics right there, doing a decent amount of damage to Shiny Piplup. And here's regular Cyndaquil following up with Sparkling Aria in the rain. What are you thinking? It's going to be not very effective on either of the Piplup, but huge damage to its own partner. That's not good at all. Critical hit on the opposing Piplup, but the damage has been done to Shiny Cyndaquil. What a poor performance by Cyndaquil in this third round. Shell Smash coming out from Shiny Piplup, dropping the defense and special defense 1 stage and increasing the attack, the special attack, and the speed by 2 stages. That's a dangerous Piplup. You do not want to be on its bad side. You do not want to be in the path of Shiny Piplup right now. Here comes regular Piplup, though. What will it do here? Gonna go for a Bubble Beam in the rain. Super effective stab move once again, almost taking down regular Cyndaquil there and dropping its speed. What a monster move by regular Piplup. Here comes Shiny Piplup. I mean, it could just pick off one of these Cyndaquil really easily. Goes for Absorb, not very effective on the Shiny Cyndaquil, so it takes a tiny bit of HP off, restores a tiny bit of its own HP, but not the best play by the +2 special attack, +2 attack, +2 speed Piplup. Bad play here by Shiny Cyndaquil, going for a substitute, bringing its HP down to 11 hit points. And here's regular Piplup going for Embargo, which is a waste of a turn, but these Cyndaquil have really put themselves in a bad position with some terrible, terrible mistakes here. This is absolutely just bonkers. We see Power Trip from regular Cyndaquil, not going to do a great amount of damage to regular Piplup there. Shiny Piplup now has the opportunity to make its move. It's going to go for a Mud Slap, and that is going to knock out regular Cyndaquil. We now have a Cyndaquil behind a substitute, a massively powered up Shiny Piplup, and a regular Piplup still in play with a fair bit of HP. What will Shiny Cyndaquil do here? It's going to go for Glaciate. It's going to hop out from behind that substitute, use Glaciate. That's not going to do a great deal of damage to either of these Piplup. That Rain is still up, so any water-type moves are still going to be powered up. Down goes the speed of the... oh, God! And the Defiance. So down goes the speed of the regular Piplup. He's now at +2 attack. And, of course, Shiny Piplup is now at +4 physical attack. That is not good for Cyndaquil right here. So here's a Heart Swap from the regular Piplup onto the switch. All stat changes though. Okay, that's a bad play by Cyndaquil there, by regular Piplup, giving it stat changes, so it's +2 attack to Cyndaquil, maybe feeling sorry for it. Here's a Poison Fang though from the powered up Piplup, which is going to fade the substitute of Shiny Cyndaquil, leaving it out in the open there. And of course, regular Piplup is ready to pick up the slack, goes for Psyshock. Will it be enough to take down this Cyndaquil? It is, and that is your semi-final. Number 1, Piplup has pulled it out the bag, goes on to the final. We have our first finalist right here. Well done to the Piplup team. Poor Cyndaquil started off so strong in the first round, but it just couldn't handle Piplup in the second and the third rounds. It was really strange. During that first battle of these three, I was like, okay, this is gonna be an easy one. Cyndaquil's got the edge, it knows what it's doing, and it was a firm fan favorite going through. A lot of people were rooting for Cyndaquil. I mean, arguably just as many people were rooting for Piplup, but I just didn't see Piplup winning this. Something about it was telling me that Cyndaquil was going to go all the way to the final, maybe even win the thing, but it just kind of petered out in the last 2 battles, and I just don't know why. But well done to Piplup, who is the first Pokemon to go through to the final of Metromania Season 4. We are going to find out your opponent next week when Torchic takes on Chespin. But that's where I'm going to leave this episode of Metromania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to support the channel like these wonderful people down here do, pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. And for live streams 5 days a week, you know it, it's twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam. Until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.